All right, fam. Welcome to another episode of Grind It to Grow. Today is a special episode. It's not only episode number 90 of my channel. Yes, I'm very proud of it. It's also, we have a very special guest. Yes, this was planned.
It's on purpose.
One of the OGs in personal training in Asheville, North Carolina. Creator of Unstoppable Rebel Collective. Tera, PRUETT, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for,
me.
of course.
Yeah.
You finally have it.
I know, right?
We've been talking about this for what?
Since day one.
Since day one.
Yeah.
Since we met. No,
Yeah.
since day one. Where does that name come from?
That name evolved over the years as we as humans grow and change and learn from our own life experiences. The name kind of transitioned in my business. So my business has been a couple of names. And as I've learned and grown with my community and my fitness family, and personally, this name was one of those things that became it came out of a piece of me that was determined to always keep going and to find ways to thrive and survive and remain resilient. And also from all the things I tell my clients, that we have to keep going, we have to find ways to stay at it, and we have to keep determined to rise above. So when Unstoppable came from the song I'm Unstoppable, and then by Sia, and then collective is because I do more than one thing. I'm passionate about more than one thing, and one of them is community. And I felt like collective kind of pulled it all together. I didn't care for some of the other realms of what that meant, and collective just kind of stood out. So fitness isn't the only thing I'm passionate about, and so it sort of just kind of came together. Yeah.
Nice. So we've had several conversations about our jobs and personal training as coaches, and you, and I can say this because it's true, you know way more than I do, because you've been doing this for a lot longer.
I'm just old.
No, you're knowledgeable.
What, wise.
Wise.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm learning to be wise.
There we go.
Yeah.
But the beauty of fitness is that there's always something to learn.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's one thing that I've learned with, especially opening the business. There was so much to learn, so much that nobody tells you.
Yeah.
And when I first became a trainer, they kind of give you like this little overview of what it could be.
Yeah.
But all outside of like how to talk to people, how to navigate certain things with clients, or when you go into your business, nobody teaches you that. And yeah, there's a lot of information out there. You can go on YouTube and maybe type how to be a personal trainer, but you can't copy paste. So what's been one of the biggest things you've learned as going on your own as a personal trainer?
Well, let me back up a little bit. So you're right, there's nothing out there that's like a graph or directions or any kind of program that says this is what you do. And trust me, I looked. I looked for all the things. But I think that if you're new to this, the best thing to do is get in a community. It wasn't my favorite place to be, because I like to work solo. I like to be intimate with my clients and help them feel like a part of my family. But learning in that environment taught me so much. And my being in a gym setting or working for a bigger box gym or a big group setting is where you're going to learn the most. You're going to learn what you do want to do, you're going to learn what you don't want to do, and you're going to learn how you want to stand out differently. And so that's what led me to where I am today, is because I knew that I always wanted to meet my clients where they needed me to meet them, and not where I was told I had to meet them. And I knew that other trainers felt that way too. So I knew in the back of my head that down the road, the ultimate goal was to create a space that other trainers could do the same. Ultimately, people come to us because of who we are, and they connect with you. And as much as I don't like this feeling and I don't like this saying, I'm not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. But I can share other resources and say, hey, come see me, come say hi, let's meet. But if we aren't a good fit, that's okay. I know other people that you can connect with, and plenty of other options. So I think that, from the get-go, had I never worked in a gym setting, I wouldn't be where I am today, as much as I didn't like working in a gym setting. But I think that it also, it turns into how you connect with your people and how you make them feel important in their journey is how you're going to stand out and become, I hate to say your brand, but how you are going to attract, and they're going to refer, and they can't wait to share about you, and they can't wait to learn from you. So I think it's a process that evolves over time, along with our own personal growth. And I credit, who I am today is not at all who I was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. And that's another reason the name change happened previously for my business, but also it was slightly in the works. I just couldn't decide on anything final. And then Hurricane Helene nudged me to stick with what my heart told me. So Unstoppable Rebel Collective. Yeah.
Sounds good too.
It does, right?
It does. It really does. Yeah, because my experience working with a corporation gym was somewhat similar, but there was a lot of growth. There was a lot of learning. I love the trainers that I work with, and at the beginning, the management that I worked with, for, I guess you can say, because corporate was never there. There were just a bunch of people in the office telling us what to do, or how to do our job.
Numbers.
Exactly. It was all numbers.
Yeah.
We were all pretty close, right? Especially the trainers. So, and also outside the gym too, there was that community, that family, right? And I was telling somebody not long ago that I miss that. I miss the getting together. And we do that every once in a while with the clients and the members, and and it's great because you get to be outside of this environment, and you're just a person. Like, oh wow, you own regular clothes, not just gym clothes, right? But we had the same thought of we want to go on our own. We want to be able to do what we're doing right now because we love it, because we enjoy it, because people want to come to us and we can see that. Because they keep coming back. And I heard this from a coach, because they asked him, like, what makes you successful? And he was a running coach, and he was like, he showed up again. She showed up again. To the session, to the run, to whatever. And it's like, oh, that applies to us too, because people keep showing up. And but we had our hands tied of certain things that we couldn't do, that we wanted to do. And we were like, okay, it's time. But pulling that trigger on jumping,
so scary.
Right? So there was a few people that left before I did, and then COVID happened, and so that was my push.
Your nudge.
It was like it's now. Like, and on top of that, people kept texting me like, hey, when are we starting? Yes, like, can you come to my house? And that was like the first step of me going on my own. And I think also what helped me was that at the time me and Haley just started dating, and I was like, I'm gonna do this. And without hesitation, she was like, go.
Do it.
Whatever you need. Like, I'm here. So I was like, all right, okay. Again, not knowing what was gonna happen,
no plan in sight.
Because you hear like, oh, you should have a business plan, you should write things down, and I am the worst at it.
I am too. I'm very bad at all of that.
So it was just like, go.
Yeah.
Like let's just kind of see what happens.
But sometimes you need that nudge, and it's almost a forced reassurance of what's been nudging at your heart anyways. And I had a similar situation happen in my previous space, and I was like, okay, it's now or never. Like, I've always wanted to do this, and it's been on my mind for a while, and I keep talking about it. And I think sometimes we just need that unforeseen nudge. And once you take that leap, it's like, can't turn back now. We got to make this work and make it happen. And your community showed up, and your people showed up. And look at this. I remember seeing your pictures, and now look at this amazing space. This is awesome.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's perfect.
It is. It really is. And because it was exactly today. I was in my 6 a.m. class. My client was like, "You've been here for 5 years." And I'm like, "Yes, been here for 5 years." And it seems like it was just yesterday.
Yeah.
And we've been through a lot from COVID, Helene, and now, where we are right now. And it seems like it was like years and years and years ago. But it was...
I was a different person then.
It's like I was still... Yeah, hopefully a better one.
Yeah.
I think I've grown.
I
think I have. But yeah, and the episode that I recorded yesterday was all about being grateful about what I have and how far I've come.
Yeah.
And I don't like to say, look what I've done, because it's not like that, right? I don't think it's wrong to say it from time to time, to remind yourself, like, you've done a lot, you've come a long way.
Yeah.
And yet there is other people, other things that have allowed you to get to this point, that have pushed you, that have said to you, or that have gotten in your face, like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, you said you were going to do this, what's going on? But, and I've said it before, and I will continue to say it, number one, God allowed me to do this, I'm very thankful. And the other one is the people.
Yeah.
Because if not, it would be just a dude throwing a kettlebell.
Yeah.
With a lot of debt.
I
Still have some, but not as much.
Right? I agree. I think sometimes we have to be okay with, because even though there's moments I'm in the spotlight, it's not my favorite, and I don't prefer it. I would much rather prefer to highlight other people and turn the spotlight off of me and brag about your successes and all the things I watch you do, or my colleagues do, or people that are, doing their thing in their business. I'd rather be cheering for them, but I do have to step back and sit in my space of like, dang, I've really come a long way. And I need to celebrate it, because I'll get discouraged. If I don't, I get discouraged and mad at myself that I'm not further along than I want to be, or that I haven't accomplished. I have like all these other things that I want to do, and they're still sitting there, and I'm mad at myself those aren't done yet. And I'm like, in due time, things happen in due time, like when they're supposed to. And it's not that you're not working towards them, but you gotta, like, if you don't revel and celebrate and pat yourself on the back and have big, hoorah dance every now and then, we're not embracing it in the moment. And it's the moments, like the past couple of days, I've had clients come in that they're celebrating things, and I love it when they share those moments, or they come in and they're like, they can't wait to tell good news, or a lot of times in one-on-one conversations, we know things about our clients that we shouldn't know.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, interesting. And so the next day they'll come in and share something, that's really awesome in their life. So not everyone always shares all those moments with you in your day-to-day life. So I love hearing all of that, and I love celebrating my clients' victories too. They're not always about strength goals or body composition changes or anything like that. Sometimes it's just like, I feel good today, and I want to celebrate that. So same thing comes back to just reveling for a moment and celebrating how far we've come and being grateful for those opportunities. And with that said, I would never, ever be sitting here doing what I love. And I tell Scott all the time, I feel so grateful that I get to tell people that I absolutely love my job and love everything I do about my job. Not many people can say that. they go to work every day miserable, they go to work every day hurting, they go to work every day depressed, and they know they just have to pay the bills. And I don't have to say that. And I have so many people to thank for that have helped me get here. It's not been on my own. Have I put in the hard work? Yes, but I've had other gym owners give me spaces to rent. I've had someone help front money to get me started where I was, and then I paid them back. I've had equipment donated. I've had other supporters pitch in and help out. And then you opening up Caffeine Fitness to have me and my fitness family, and Laurel and her fitness family here. Like, there's no way I could be where I am today without outside support. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. It's been great. It's been awesome. I love it. Even my clients said that too. They're like, this is awesome. This is great. And they go like this is awesome. Like, amazing. And then, because we've had mornings, which are the busiest ones, where you have 2-3 people, and then Laura has her clients, and then I have, shenanigans happens over here.
I love it.
So, and then you can feel the energy, you can feel the excitement, and people want to be here, and it's a good feeling.
Yeah.
And
I love the energy.
You can say that, you give yourself that pat on the back, like, I'm doing this, but it's like we're doing this, us as coaches, right? So I mean, I can say the same thing about myself, about the many people that have never stepped into this place that have been part of the growth, or even the start. When I first started at the park, because it was during COVID, you could have been inside, and people were eager to do something I guess you can say normal. Kind of something similar that we experienced at the healing. People were like, I need to get back.
When is normal okay again?
Right? My brother is not my biological brother, but we just got close. His dad let me borrow a trailer. So I was pulling a trailer with my car, which I was supposed to find that out later on. And I was pulling like a few boxes that I made myself, a few kettlebells, and that was it. Travis, the guy who works at PRUETT, he did my logo and put it on the trailer. He told me about this place.
Okay.
That's how I made Byron.
Nice.
And then it got cold, it got rainy, and first week of December we were in here.
Love it.
Yeah. So it's also important, needed to remember those. Like where you started. And that's one of the things I like about Facebook is that you get those like where you work. Today, another thing happened today. It popped up on Facebook. A picture of me when I was painting this.
Oh.
Yes.
I love it.
I was like, wow, I used to be white. And then, like, there was nothing here. Right? And going back to being grateful about how far I've come. It looks awesome. And I'm super, like, I'm walking in here like, oh, look what this looks awesome. Like, it looks like a gym, kind of, right? Look at the equipment and this and that. And then just stepping back for a second, or even longer, and just like, wow. Like, this is great. Like, and then, but most important, the impact that we are,
for sure,
we are making to other people. And a lot of times we don't hear it, and sometimes we don't hear it ever until like later. Right?
Sometimes I'm like, they're never coming back. And then they'll refer someone, I'm like, oh, it wasn't as bad as I thought. Okay.
Right, Or, and then you've experienced this so much too, where people may not be in the best headspace, but they're still showing up. A lot going on, family, whatever it is. And I've learned not to push too much. Just like, okay, just kind of like, I'll let you be. You're working.
We're moving. You showed up and we're moving.
And then later on, they'll share some stuff or whatever, or even they just say thank you. And that's huge for us. Because we, everybody wants to feel appreciated.
And that's not something I will say that's not something you can teach someone to do.
Right.
That's because of the person that you are, and that because, well, and you've been doing this a while, but that's because of, like, you can't learn that in a book or a certification or working, like, that just comes from paying attention, reading the room, being a good human, being able to just kind of absorb for a minute and let people just be people.
Right.
And not a lot of people do that anymore. And I think as a coach, if we want to be good coaches, that we have to learn to do that. And you just can't learn it. That's not a tool that you can actually teach someone. That's something that is almost a part of you already, and if you have the desire, you learn to do it better, and you learn to be able to show up and figure out how to navigate that situation with either a one-on-one client or in a group setting. Like, that just comes with a couple of things: experience, but also just being a good person, I think. And I think it's not a tool that anyone learns. Like, if I were to work at the White House or a Capitol or something, like, I would drown. I would totally drown in that environment. But put me in a coaching setting and I can take over. I don't have to take over, but yeah. So, fun fact, I used to teach PE too for a little while. And that was kind of fun too, a little different version of coaching. So I'd leave my morning sessions around noon, go home and take care of the pups, and then go teach PE for a couple hours for pre-K to 8th grade. Kind of miss those days, but yeah. So that was a fun, different coaching aspect. And then, of course, 22 years teaching group fitness, which was I thought I was going to do that forever, and that was my original love and introduction into fitness. Then I found trail running and decided that I needed to be outside more. Maybe I'll go back to teaching one day. I'll be the 80-year-old teaching body pump one day.
There you go.
But yeah, so I think it's like coaching's always kind of been in my blood of some capacity. I just had to find the right groove and where I wanted to land with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, going back to what you said about being able to say, I love what I do.
Yeah.
And I can say the same thing, that it's the most rewarding job I've ever done. Yes, it pays the bills, it pays rent, blah, blah, this and that. But the first thing that comes to my head is, I'm doing this because not so much I need to, but I want to.
Yes.
It's a want and a need. A lot of times those things don't go together, don't have to go. We put them together and sometimes they don't have to be.
Yeah.
And in this case, and I'm sure you can say the same thing, it's a want and a need. Because I want to be here, I want to coach, I want to teach, I want to continue to share this knowledge, or another thing that I learned from my favorite TikToker, right? And they need it. They need me just like I need them.
Yes.
And it's it goes both ways.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're right. I don't think there's many people that can say that and with true honesty and say that.
I think too, along my journey, I've come across I want other trainers to know this is possible, and to not feel stuck that they have to work for a almost minimum wage hourly rate at a corporate facility or a giant facility for $20 an hour. Like that, you can do. If you want to, you can take it beyond that. But you have to get out of the mentality of this is a hobby. Is it a hobby? Is it something you enjoy doing and it's just fun? Is it just kind of supplementing? Or is this something, like for me it was never, this is my livelihood, and I had to get in a mindset of, am I playing around or am I going to take this to the next level? So I think you have to get into a mindset of like, this isn't a hobby. I'm not just having fun just for the fun of it because I want to know stuff and knowledge and learn. Like you got to commit and you have to take it to the next level. I also want coaches to embrace that. How you do that is up to you. The playbooks are out there, but now they weren't when I started. But the playbooks are out there. But ultimately, how do you want to make an impact in the world is how you can show up and make that change. How you showed up here is different than anyone I know of in this area, and how you show up here is because that's what attracts people to you. So how another coach shows up is how it's going to attract participants, clients, their community to them as well. So I think it's a matter of getting out of our own way and just making it happen. Just go for it, like you did. You just went for it.
Yeah, I think I thank COVID for this. I do, and I know so many people.
A forced nudge.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. You do have to get out of your own head, and the belief that you can do something starts with you.
Yeah.
Because we can sit and give our clients all the latest of this, and here's your program. Here's your recipes. I'm gonna help you this. I'm gonna call you every night and tell you good night, and we can do this. But at the end of the day, they have to show up. They have to do it. So, and simply what does with this, it's a passion, but it's also a business.
Yeah.
And it started with for me, it started with I needed a better job, right? And then I like to work out. Let me see what this is all about, and that turned into a passion.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is great. I love the people that I work with. I'm learning. Everybody is so nice. Like, I'm kind of one of the cool kids, but not really. But I feel like it, right? And then you start, you get into that competitive mindset, and you start all these things. So it becomes something that it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
And sometimes I've stepped out of that, and I have to really step back.
Yeah.
And okay, what's going on? And there's been a lot of talks like that to myself, of you're not acting right. You are, your coaching is not the same. You're not performing the same.
Yeah.
You're why are you getting mad to, dude?
Yeah. Why are you so sensitive?
Right. You need more food?
Yeah.
Go grab a banana,
Yeah.
So, and I think that's another thing that's helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Is when I finish a session or a class, I kind of go back and assess it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that did not go well. What happened there?
Yeah.
Or oh, that was great.
Yeah.
Cool. High five.
Yeah.
Next one.
It's
right?
funny. So you overanalyze just a little bit.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, me too. I'm terrible
do.
at that. And I've texted clients later and been like, I'm so sorry if that came off wrong. Because you shared something with me and my reaction was inappropriate or insensitive, and I'll be like this whole diatribe of I care so much sometimes that whatever comes out, and it may not come across that well. And so I get that way too. I'm like, okay, did I say the wrong thing, or what, how did that go in my head? And oh man, I said such and such. Ah, crap, I gotta fix that. Yeah, or I need to do better. Okay, I gotta do better next time. Yeah.
Yeah. And then that too, we do have to remind ourselves that we're doing a lot.
Yes.
We got so much on our plate.
Yeah.
You know this better than I do, because you have about 1,000 things that you have to do. Just a few, right?
Yeah.
So that's another thing that our clients don't see.
Right.
The only people that see this is that we probably notice it is probably each other as coaches.
Yeah.
Because we work together, and because we've done this for a while, and there's some similarities on stuff that we have to do or have gone through, and also our significant other, people that we live. But there's so much that goes on in the background, behind the snes, that we have to do.
Yeah. And it's just us. Just
Right.
one person.
Yeah. And then, going back to what you said, telling all the coaches, this is possible,
Yeah.
and it is. And not saying that I'm against somebody making a business plan or
Sure.
whatever.
Right.
No. Everybody's process is completely different.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right? There's a ton of people out there who are, put out videos of how to do this, or even just how to start a business,
Right.
legally.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
know what to do.
I know.
How to hire an accountant. to
Yeah.
like, oh no, you're doing it wrong, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we gotta fix this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So having a community,
Yeah.
knowing other people, they've already done it. Just ask questions.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
something that I've learned from other coaches and other people in business. They're like, just ask questions.
Yeah.
There's people out there who are willing to give you this information.
Yeah. We're not gatekeeping, I promise.
Right? And it's like it's not, it may not fit everything in your process, but there's something that you can take from it and apply to yours.
Absolutely.
Right? Whether it's starting a business, the legal part of it, programming. I mean, you name it. There's
Right.
just so many things. And again, there's just us doing this, but because we are passionate about it,
Yeah.
because we love what we do. For me, I kind of delete all that, and it's just like, what do I need to do?
Yeah.
There is like, and that's not easy. I think it takes also some sort of experience or discipline to
Yeah.
be able to like take all those thoughts, all that doubt, and just like kind of crumble it and toss it, and then just go head on into whatever you have to do.
Yeah, I think a lot of days I have to remind myself just taking a step forward. Like don't let the overwhelm freeze you or keep you from continuing to move forward. You know, like I said, that big thing list over here of all the things I still want to do. Like sometimes I'll look at it and be like, I'm never going to get there. Sometimes I have to remind myself, just take that one little step forward. What does it look like, and how are you going to feel energized and excited about these steps over here? How can we continue to move that direction? Because we can get frozen in all the info, and especially since 2020, when everything's online and everybody has their own program and everybody has the answer. With the information overload can be too much to where you can't see straight, and you're like, you just don't take any action at all. And so I think that would be my biggest thing is like, can you just do one thing today? You know, is it a business thing? Well, if you get stuck on it too long, then move on. Like maybe it's just looking up the legalities, or maybe it's reaching out to another business owner and asking them questions. Yeah, but just don't get frozen because there's so much, and keep chasing why you keep thinking about it. Like my philosophy, this goes for shopping, this goes for decision making, this goes for, I mean, anything that's just like I can't stop thinking about it, then it's I have to find a way to make it happen. And if it excites me and I can't stop thinking about it, then I really need to go for it. And if I'm obsessed about it and I keep dreaming about it and it's just there all the time, and I keep thinking of ways to make it happen, then it needs to happen. So, I mean, it's like when I go shopping, if I love it, I'll try it on. I hate shopping, by the way, loathe it in any way possible. I will put it back and I'll be like, I don't really need that. It's not a necessity. It has to have purpose. If I'm gonna put money into something. And then if I can't stop thinking about it in a day or two, then I'll go back and I'll consider it again. I have to really want it if I want to go back. But if I'm obsessed over it, it'll probably be something I need to have the next day. So I just think, like, if it ignites your soul on fire and you can't stop thinking about it, then like you kept thinking about this, it kept nudging you, and then the opportunity happened, so you were like, okay, I'm ready now. It's gotta happen.
It's time.
Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about running.
Okay.
Trail running.
Yeah.
Ultra running.
Ultra running, yeah.
Ultra running.
Mm-hmm.
Why ultra running?
That was an accident.
Accident.
It was an accident.
Really?
Yeah. I
You
started.
just showed up and thought it was a 5K. I'm like, oh no, it's a 100 mile.
Not at all. I actually started running early in life as a coping mechanism, and didn't have a great childhood, and I contemplated running away a lot, so it became like a coping mechanism through middle school and high school, and I learned that it helped with my depression. And then as I got into the fitness realm, I was like, I still like running, so I kind of dabbled in like 5Ks, 10Ks, and then I fell in love with half marathons, and I had this thing in my head about I'm going to run a half marathon as many states as I can, or as many places as I can. And then the inaugural year of the Asheville Marathon, by, I think it was IDAF, was at the Biltmore Estate, and it was so cold, and I cried through every training run. I hated it. I hated road running. I hated running the marathon. I was like, this is a one and done. I will never do this again. This is the dumbest thing people do. I was like, I'm fine with half marathons. This is fine. Well, a few months later, a friend of mine invited me to, she's like, I signed up for this trail race that's pretty popular. I doubt I'll get in, but I would like some training friends to come with me because I don't want to be in the woods by myself. And I was like, okay. I've already sworn off marathons and maybe a half marathon here and there. And she invited me out, and I was like, that totally sucked. Why do you like that? And I was slower because in my head, you slow down on the trail a lot.
Right.
And in my head, I was like, I was the last one back to the car. I didn't know where I was going. And I was dumbfounded that people liked being on the trails. I was like, what is the big deal about this? But I felt amazing. I knew I connected with this euphoric feeling of like pride, the smell of the woods, being in nature, basically shutting out the world and just being able to just think about what I was doing. So everything just kind of shuts down out there. And I was like, I kind of like this. And I kept meeting her out there for the run. And then we both got into the race, and it snowed 6 inches in Asheville and probably a foot or more up at Pisgah, and we couldn't finish the race. Well, the race was going to 151. She and I made it to the halfway mark, and her lips were completely blue. We did not dress well. We were clearly newbies to trail running. We weren't equipped well. So we both came off the course, and I was so angry at myself for quitting. And it was a new experience. It was a good learning lesson of like, don't listen to your body. It's stronger than you think. You can push farther than you think you can. And so what? Your lips are blue. Like, let's just go.
Nothing bad's gonna happen.
But we get in the car, and immediately I'm like so angry, and I'm obsessed all week about not finishing that. And so the next weekend, Scott dropped me off at the bottom of Shut-In, and I ran to 151 because the parkway was still closed with snow a week later.
Okay.
I ran to 151, and then I was like, no, the race ran all the way down 151. I'm running all the way down 151. And then it turned out being, other than a marathon, my longest trail run. So like 23 miles. And I was hooked after that. And I was like, okay, that was cool. I can't wait to get in the woods and like learn my way around a little bit more.
Yeah.
And a couple months later, a friend of mine was like, I'm gonna run my first 50K in North Georgia. It should be great for back of the packers. I'm very much a back of the packer. I'm very slow. Do you want to come do this with me? And I was like, I thought about it for a couple days. And then she called me the next night, and after a glass of wine, I was like, sure, why not? I'm a superwoman. I can do this. So signed up for my first 50K and just kind of been hooked ever since. The trail running community is pretty special. It's just a different feel out there, and for me to shut off the outside world, be more in tune with my thoughts. My best ideas come on the trail. I learned to take notes either on my watch or on my phone, so I don't forget what my amazing thoughts are that I need to do. And I don't know, I just I feel all my worries slip away, all my doubts slip away, my inner demons don't come out as much, and I feel connected with nature, and it's something that's pretty special that, I don't know, I call it my dirt church. It's like I talk out loud, I cry out there, I laugh out there. Sometimes people hear my podcast. I learn out there. But I think it's where I'm the most in touch with who I am and the most grounded with how I want to show up in the world. And it's a good reminder to just check out. So it's been a huge piece of my personal journey and my own growth. Met a lot of cool people and been to some cool races and destinations. places I never would have probably been had it not been for committing to a race. So,
Yeah, the first ever, I guess it might have been an ultra. It was Table Rock.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
It was a 30K, something. I
There's a
don't know.
30K and a 50K.
Right? And like, I'm not a runner, never been a runner. I like to move, I like to work out, right? And one of my clients was like, "Oh, you should do this." And I'm like, "Okay, cool, let's do it." There's several of us here that we're gonna do it. Okay. So I was just impressed and jealous by how these people move.
It's crazy.
Ah,
So crazy.
like not just like fast, no, like fast.
Yes.
I was like, how are you not?
We call
like,
them fairy farters. They're fairy farts. Their feet never touch the ground. Ever. It's like, how I would have face planted
Oh yeah.
6 million times.
And this is not like somewhat of an even trail. No. This is like rocks, and there might be some water going down like that. So that was really cool to experience that, to see those freaks of nature out there, right? Finish the race.
Yeah.
Proud of myself. Like, oh, that was good.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew it was gonna be bad because I was sick the previous days, and I knew that like the goal was just to finish.
Yeah.
Right? And as I got more into running, I was able to apply some of the things I learned in long workouts into running,
Mm-hmm.
where going back to where you shut your mind off
Mm-hmm.
and just be able to like, okay, just you get to that part of the trail, or you get to the next traffic light, or you get to, and that's something that I tell my clients, is like when you get to that point where you start to hurt, you start to like, I don't want to do this, or like, oh my God, I'm tired, or like, like, no, okay, look for a checkpoint.
Yeah.
And get to that.
Yeah.
And the next one, and the next one. So I was applying those things that I put into my workouts into long runs, and it became really enjoyable to also being outside too. And I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. I don't like it. All right.
Sort of get it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Left, right. Okay, I can do this. So definitely, I've done both. Your half marathons and trail running. Two completely different kind of people.
Absolutely.
Different kind of athletes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Especially as you start to, not that I'm in front of the pack, but you see those people in front of the pack. And, some people do it because they enjoy it. This is fun. It is a challenge. And you have the people who are there to crush the competition, right? But definitely, just like other disciplines in fitness, I'm always excited to see people perform.
Me too.
Because there's something to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Something to learn. And when I started getting more into running, because I have runners and as my clients, I'm like, well, I need to learn more about this. I need to learn more about it. I need to do it.
Yeah. You need to feel it.
Right, because you can read about it, you can get a certification, but I'm a true believer of you have to experience it in order to teach it.
Yeah.
Not with everything in fitness, but at least when it comes to ultras, I think you have to experience it.
Absolutely.
Because I will hear, certain things about that happen during the trail, or like
We keep that a secret. What happens or is said on the trail stays on the trail.
oh, I'm not gonna say it. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting, because again, you're analyzing what people are saying, like, yeah, how am I gonna help you
Yeah.
overcome this when it happens again? Because I had one of my clients call me in the middle of a race, just stressed, like, she's like, this is hard, like, and I was just like, okay, what do you need from me?
Mm-hmm.
But it's also different to being on the other side,
Oh yeah.
right?
I've called my sister crying in the middle of a race because I can't call Scott. He's not the one to call. But I get that mentality of like, I need someone to either give me permission to quit or tell me to get over myself and keep going. And sometimes you just need someone to tell us you're okay. You're
Right,
fine.
yeah.
You're okay. This is your body and your brain trying to tell you something's wrong, but there's nothing wrong. You're safe. You're fine. And I've had to work on that mental piece in a race, to not quit.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't taught that growing up. It was a hard lesson learned, and so I think that's a great piece to learn from running that I take away from it is people would tell me, how bad do you want it? And I'm like, that's not fair, because I want this, or I wouldn't have trained for it, or I wouldn't have committed to this, or I wouldn't have come all this way. So I didn't work that way. It wasn't a how bad did I want it. It was, how can I work through this piece of my brain that is telling me I can't do it, I don't deserve it,
Right.
I'm not good enough, I'm going to be last, so what's the point? I might as well come off the course now. Like those kinds of things, working your head through that fear piece. But also it's normal for our bodies to shut down when they're in pain or you've been out there for 12 hours and you're in it. So, we have, some people call it the pain cave. Some people can't wait for it to happen. Experienced ultra runners like thrive on that moment to happen. They're like mad if it doesn't. So I think it's just different for each person. So when someone calls and says, like, you're right, what do you need from me?
Right.
And it could be different per person. That's the weird thing. Even a coach can't tell you that.
Right, yeah. And I think definitely experience something like that does kind of gave me some sort of, because you said tools to navigate certain things, even coming back into coaching and hearing, okay, I'm going to do this race, or I'm going to do this, or I have this event coming up. How are we going to approach this? What do we have to do?
Yeah.
It was probably one of the best experiences I've ever had doing that 12-hour race. Because it was not that I shut my mind completely, because at first you're with a big group of people at the beginning, and then later on, the second half, you're kind of by yourself, because it is a big group, but not really, because some people get 3, some people get 6, and
Yeah.
you finish.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll pass a few people, sometimes they'll pass you.
Right, yeah. So it was everything that I told myself before going into the race, all these things are going to happen.
Yeah.
How are you going to
Yeah.
not get over it? How are you going to
Work
manage
through
it and work through it? You're gonna start cramping, you're gonna get tired, you're gonna start fuzzing, you're gonna all these things. So how are you going to get through it?
Yeah.
It did help. Sometimes it didn't, because again, you start in pain, you're tired.
Yeah.
Man, I have 4 more hours to go.
I know.
Or, right.
I have so much longer to go than I thought.
Right, yeah. And didn't care about distance, didn't care about it. And in the back of my head, it was right now you're here to learn.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be able to apply this to your training later on for something,
Yeah.
or for somebody else's training.
Yeah.
And I am one of those people that like those crazy long workouts that suck.
Yeah, me too.
And people make faces, or they ask me why?
Yeah.
Why do you do that?
I have clients that beg me to quit running, that have known I've been a runner. Some of them
Really?
don't even know I run, but yeah, I have clients that are like, I just don't get it. That's not good for you. You shouldn't be doing that. I'm like, no, it's really good for me, because it makes me a better coach for you. And it makes me be able to push you in a way that you never thought possible. So if I push myself in a way that I never thought possible, I'm going to learn more about me. Then I can push you in a way that you never thought possible, so you can learn more about you.
Yeah, it's especially because we've been on this one-on-one setting, doing everything ourselves.
Yeah.
And we have to train ourselves. And yeah, maybe we have a coach, maybe we don't, but you still have to push yourself. You still have to do.
No one's telling me to do it.
Right?
I got to do it.
So it definitely takes a certain kind of person to understand how we process or how we do certain things.
Yeah.
And I think it has to be somebody with a similar mindset. Maybe not just in fitness.
Yeah.
It could be business. It could be other stuff. But yeah, it's fun.
It is.
I think
fun.
it is fun.
It's a different mindset, different sport, different. I think a lot of people get held back from getting out and doing trail running because They're afraid to get lost. They don't want to be by themselves. And I will say that the big differences between road running communities and trail running communities is in road running, it generally is about pace, distance, speed, like speed workouts or what race are they doing next. Or in trail running, we talk about, we will sometimes, most of the time, ask, like, are you training for a race? But we really don't care in trail running what your pace is, and if you're doing any races, like if you're out there, it's because you want to be out there and you love being out there. A lot of times road runners have become so embedded in the culture that they're pressured to, like, we got to be out here, we got to be chasing certain PRs and numbers and distances and doing better than the last race. And in trail running, we just don't care. We just love being out there. And it's been pretty cool over the years to do a few of the same races that I've always liked, and seeing the same people, and they're like, man, how you doing? That's so cool. I watch you on social media. And you connect with these. In trail running, I've noticed that everyone can't wait to connect from all aspects of the world. And in road running, it's almost like, God forbid you talk to each other. Oh my gosh. On the trail, or on the path, and everyone has their headphones in and they're all disconnected with what's going on. And in trail running, everyone's talking to each other and they can't wait to catch up, and where are you from, and no one cares what you do or what your politics are or any of that. They're just out there and they're having a time of their lives enjoying nature, and I'm like, yes, these are my people.
Yeah.
So I think that there's so much to learn on either aspect, just to push yourself in a manner that you're not used to, or if you just love being a runner and that's an outlet for you, just to be able to go and enjoy a movement outdoors. Like, we've got to get more people outdoors. We've got to get them out exercising in nature more and connected in nature. And there's science behind exercising outside.
Well, not right now because it's raining.
Well, yeah.
But
no, it's been a rainy summer. But
it has.
Yeah.
So, the festival.
Yeah.
It's coming out, what, 8 days?
8 days, yes. We're getting close.
8 days. So, tell us a little bit more about it.
So the Trail Running Film Festival is a global tour that used to tour on their own, which was kind of cool. So pre-2020, they would tour certain cities, and I remember them coming to Asheville, and if you're lucky, you would like grab a snippet of it, knowing it was here. Generally, like a race director or the film festival board, someone had someone traveling to host in different cities. 2020 hit, and everything went online. So they had like an online watch fest, and I couldn't wait to watch. It was kind of a nice little highlight. Well, in 2022, they sent out an email to their entire email list and said, hey, we want to try something different with the film festival. We want to go on tour, but we're seeking hosts in communities that are passionate about bringing their community together, and wouldn't mind learning what it would take to be a host in your community. And at the time I was like, well, this sounds kind of fun. I love the film festival. I've always enjoyed it. But they're going to want a running club or a running store or an established bigger business that's, more all into, I guess, like a different kind of fitness facility. I was like, they're going to want somebody like that. But I'm going to apply, because I was like, why not?
Yeah.
Who knows? And they picked me. And I don't know if other people offered to have one here, but they knew Asheville because it's a West Coast based nonprofit foundation. And they did a Zoom interview, and he was like, all right, it's yours if you want to do it. And I applied on Friday. Over the weekend, I thought, Scott and I talked all weekend about what if I get it, what if I get it?
Yeah.
What do we do? How do we make this happen? And on Monday, they said, okay, it's yours. And I was like, oh, okay, so we're doing this. And so he had a contact at the Orange Peel, and he was like, I got a date in 8 weeks. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. You want me to plan this in 8 weeks? Are you kidding me? So 3 years later, this is my third year hosting the Trail Running Film Festival, again at the Orange Peel. They've been amazing and taking good care of us. For a music venue that doesn't normally have events like this, we're stoked to be there. They love the event and just having something different in the Orange Peel. We have a food truck on site, Smokey's Pizza. It's also his third year joining us. We love Jordan and his team. and they've really grown, and they stepped up in the community as well as many other food trucks to feed people during Hurricane Helene. He pulled his truck out of the River Arts District the day before the storm. And so we're grateful he's showing up and supporting as well. And we'll have local sponsors and vendors from local running stores, as well as different foundations that have been heavily involved in helping put our trails back together and make them runnable. And a great evening of inspiring films. And the cool thing about this is, being a nonprofit, the way that they've done this is they every fall, hint hint, they put out a call for artists to submit the next year's graphics.
Wow.
And so that's where this year's graphics came from, was a competition of submissions. And then so we're seeking graphics for our 2026 tour. And then the films are all independent filmmakers from around the globe submitting stories of real people and their journeys relating to trail running. I will say that my favorite film this year is got a dog in it, and the dog is telling the story, so it's pretty touching and such a cool story. So we're gonna have a great evening. We'll have 6 films. I've got some intermissions with some special treats in there from local sponsors, and then lots of door prizes and giveaways. So
That's exciting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Get some lots of free stuff. So and we have a local artist, Ann Wheatley George. She is a trail runner. Her and her husband are heavily involved in the Old Fort community. They live down there. And she has designed graphics for a lot of race directors in the area, as well as she does stickers and posters and prints of her art. And she designed our t-shirts for us this year. So we have our own Asheville edition t-shirt in honor of Hurricane Helene as well.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's gonna be great. Yeah,
I'm excited.
yeah.
First year going.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah. I'll be there. I'll be there.
It'll be awesome.
Hopefully helping. Hopefully I'm not in the way.
Oh, absolutely. No, we'll put you to work. Yeah, it's gonna be a great evening. Yeah.
Any words of wisdom, Tara, for the viewers, for people out there?
Depends on like specific or just overall general.
Overall.
I think follow your heart. We let a lot of times we let the outside influences or what the noise get too loud. And this is another reason I love being on the trails, is it brings me back to reflecting on how far I've come, but listening to my heart again. And it hasn't done me wrong so far. So why am I letting all the noise get in the way? So don't let all the noise get in the way. Listen to your heart. And don't be afraid to step away from it all.
Completely agree. Too much stuff happening out there. Too many distractions, especially social media. So definitely stepping back from that and focusing on what we need to do, want to do to get it done.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely very, very important to pay attention to that, because so much out there that is just nonsense, and we've talked about a lot about that here in that world. So thank you, Tara. Thank you for taking the time. This was awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for having us here.
Of course. Thank you, Dylan, for showing up.
Took my nap.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to episode number 90 of Grind to Grow. And there's going to be a link on the description of the video to get the tickets for the film festival.
Yes,
So-
next Wednesday, August 20th. Doors open at 5:30. Come early, grab your seat, grab a piece of pizza or whole pizza, beverage of choice, and interact with our trail running community. They're pretty inspiring. But come early, grab your seat, and just connect with the community. Yeah.
I'm going to grab 2 pizzas.
Yeah, there's some good pizza. It's hard to decide. There's such good pizza. Yeah.
Nice. I'm excited. Well, thank you, Tara.
Thanks. Thank you. Sweet.
Awesome, awesome. That's good.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm always amazed how fast time goes by.
Yeah.
We're just talking.
I know.
Yeah.
I think the longest has been 2 hours. Like, I did Tera, Georgia.